Hello everyone, welcome to the Tech Info channel. If you find this video helpful, don't forget to like the video and subscribe. In today's video, the focus is on setting up a custom domain name and deploying Entra domain services. Let's get started. Let's log into the Azure portal. Once I'm logged in, I need to add the custom domain name. So let me click on domain names. You can click from search bar as well. So once you click on domain names, I just have two domains. It's the default domain which I have. So I'll click on add custom domain. So let me go and add domain which I have purchased. That is prakashnp.com. So I'll go and add the domain, and the domain has been successfully added. So once the domain has been added, the domain should be verified with the DNS records. So once I click on verify, just failed to verify the domain name. To make it correct, we need to add this record type txt to the DNS records. So let's go to the domain which we have purchased, and let me copy that destination ports .com. Let me add the record, add new record, and the record is txt. Let me keep it as at, and the value I've copied, keep it as for 1 hour, and let me save it. So once I save this record, the DNS records would be updated, and it's like a minute or two to get verified by this particular text record. So let me go ahead and verify it once again. It's taking time. Did verify. Yeah, there you go. So the domain has been verified successfully, and the custom domain names, it has been listing here and it's been verified, and it's not primary right now. So let's make it as primary because we need to create the Active Directory domain services for this custom domain prakashnp.com. So I'm making it as primary. So once I made it as primary, let me go back to that. If you see the third column now, the primary, it has been checkboxed. So prakashnp.com is verified and it has been a primary domain. Now let's go back to the home page. Now we need to create the prakashnp.com domain as Microsoft Entra domain services, which is called as Azure Active Directory domain services. Let's go to Microsoft Entra domain services. So to create this, the prerequisites are you need to have the resource group and the virtual network VNet. That has been created already. Let's go and create the Microsoft Entra domain services. So this is my subscription, and if I go to the resource group, testing RG is my resource group, and the domain is automatically populated here, which is prakashnp.com. Region is Central India. Click on next. Now my virtual network is testing-vnet, and I'll use the subnet as default. And next. So here we can add the administrator to this particular membership. So let me add it later. I'll click on next. So here the synchronization type is all and cloud only. If it's all, it states that your on-prem domain as well as your cloud domain will be synchronized. So if it's cloud only, it's only the cloud Active Directory domain services. So now click on next. I'll keep it as all. Now click on next and review and create. So it's validating. So the validation will be passed soon, and we can create the domain services. So if you see here, these are the information which will be updated using this infrastructure, Microsoft Entra domain services. Let me click OK. So once I click on OK, the deployment will get started. So it's submitting the deployment, and once it's submitted, now you'll be able to see the deployment is in progress. So basically this particular deployment will take almost 30 to 45 minutes to get completed. So I'll be stopping this video. So once it's completed, let's connect back again. Thank you. Welcome back to the video. The domain has been successfully created and it has been successfully provisioned. we can see the health as running. But we still see that there is some configuration issues uh, for the managed domain or detected. Probably it might be to do with something with the DNS. So let's do one thing. Let's diagnose this. What exactly happens? Let's try to run this configuration diagnostics. Okay, still running. Try to fix this. DNS server settings for managed domain services need to be configured for virtual networks. I think we need to configure this IP address to the virtual network subnet. Uh, Try to fix it. Let's see what happens. If it is successful, okay, still it's showing as warning. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's go back to resources, settings, properties. Okay, so the IP address for this particular domain, the DNS IP address are 10.0.0.5 and 10.0.0.4. Let's do one thing. Let's go back to home, back to virtual networks. So this is our virtual network. Expand settings and check for the DNS servers. Okay, there you go. So the DNS servers is having only one IP address, is 10.0.0.4. Let's go and add another DNS server that's 10.0.0.5, and let's save it. So we have successfully added both the DNS server to the VNets. Okay, it has been successful. Let's go and close this. Let's go back to home. Let's go back to Microsoft Entra domain services. Click on the domain. Now let's refresh. Okay, so now we can see that the warning has been disappeared after adding the DNS server address in the VNet, and we can see the domain has been running as healthy. So this completes the video of adding the custom domain name and deploying the Microsoft Entra domain services. So in the next video, we'll see how to add the machine to this domain, Microsoft Entra domain services domain. Thank you.